Hello, welcome to Oceanic Oracle. My name is Ari and today I've decided to go through some LGBTQIA plus books that are on my radar and I think should be on yours too. So first off, I want to say happy Pride to members of the LGBTQIA plus community. I hope you have a great Pride month and know that you are valid year round, not just in 1 month of the year. But I thought this would be a great opportunity to share some books that are on my radar. Sorry, it's raining outside, so if you hear the rain, it's Hong Kong summer, so that's going on. Diversity is really important to read year round, not just for specific months. These months are designed to raise awareness. Representation matters year round, not just for 1 month of the year. But these are some new releases that are on my radar that I want to pick up. I am on a book buying ban because I'm moving. So some of these I won't be able to pick up until I've moved countries. So I'm moving from Hong Kong to the UK. These are new releases that are on my radar. Some are out, others are being released as we speak. Majority of these are contemporaries. Like, there is representation in fantasy. From the releases that I've been looking at, I haven't seen much that I'm really interested in. So most of these are contemporaries or romances in general. I'm all over the place with my genres, so I just pick and choose anything that sounds interesting. Yeah, these are a few that are on my list and I think should be on yours too if you haven't already read them. But obviously everyone has their own reading tastes and some people might not be interested in certain books. So I'm just going to share a number of them. Shall we get started? So the first book I have on this list is I Kissed Shara Wheeler. This is by Casey McQuiston. I have read 2 of Casey McQuiston's books prior, the 2 releases that they have put out, Red, White and Royal Blue and One Last Stop, which I have on my rainbow shelf behind me. This is Casey McQuiston's first foray into YA fiction. Their other 2 books are new adult fiction, so about people in their early to mid 20s, which is nice. The one thing I really love about Casey McQuiston's books is that there is so much representation of the LGBTQIA plus community across the board. All 3 of these books, the main characters are bi. I believe this is because Casey McQuiston themselves is bi. They write from that aspect and I think it's really important to have that voice. I Kissed Shara Walker follows Chloe Green, who is close to graduation, I believe. She's just moved to Southern California with her 2 mums and she's just come from a Christian academy, so I believe like very religious schooling. Not that we get much of that here in Hong Kong, but like yeah. Chloe has her path mapped out. She wants to be valedictorian, but her only real rival at the school is the prom queen. But 1 month before graduation, Shara kisses Chloe and then Shara vanishes. So this pushes Chloe on a furious path of like trying to figure out what's going on. Chloe discovers that she's not the only person that Shara has kissed. She starts looking for connections. She feels like the people that Shara has kissed have nothing in common and she's on the trail for clues. She wants to drag Shara Wheeler to graduation. It just sounds quite fun. Like, it's a nice fun contemporary and it's sort of messy, which is what being a teenager is like. It sounds like something that's fun. For the representation front, I believe the main character is bisexual, the love interest is lesbian, and there's also so many other like relationships thrown in on the side. Like, there's so much representation that goes into Casey McQuiston's books, and I think if you want a new YA book, definitely check this one out. This has got lots of representation in it and I think lots of people would like it. The next release or recent release that I want to pick up is called Out of the Blue. Now, as you can see, there is a merperson on the cover. I'm a marine biologist and I've always loved mermaids. Like, I still remember watching the Barbie Mermaidia movie and just being obsessed with the idea of being a mermaid. That probably ages me. Like, I'm 24. Like, I watched Barbie Fairytopia Mermaidia when it came out. Me and my sisters all loved it. I have always had a fascination with mermaids. There's always something about books about mermaids that really draws me in and I just love. So this looks like something that's right up my alley. I believe this is a YA book This is about a non-binary mer person. They have to go on a journey before becoming like a full-fledged mer person. So they have to spend 1 month on land, help a human within 1 moon cycle, and then return back to their homeland, which in this case is called Pacifica, or fail and remain human and stuck on land forever. Oh, and I have a cat here. Our non-binary mer person, Crest is eager to go through this journey and get it over and done with, help the first person they see because they think all humans are disgusting. Crest goes to Los Angeles and meets Sean. Sean has recently been dumped by his boyfriend. Sean is a lifeguard. Crest decides to help Sean make his ex-boyfriend jealous, and then things progress from there. So there is non-binary representation in this book. You also have the like non-binary male relationship, and Sean is gay, so there's gay representation in there as well. This just sounds so cute. There are certain things about books for me, and like mer people really catch my attention. When I see releases relating to mer people, I always like, I want to read it. I think I'm going to pick this up sometime. Like, I need to space out things that I get, so I really want to pick this up. I love merfolk in general, and like, yeah, moving on. The next book I have on here is one that was actually on my anticipated reading list for the year. This came out in April, but I haven't been able to find it here. Mind you, the LGBT book selection that we have in Hong Kong isn't as extensive as it is in the West. She Gets the Girl is by Rachel Linnickett and Alison Derrick. I've talked about this before. This is a sapphic relationship, so this book follows 2 girls. You have Alex Blackwood, who is headstrong, popular, and likes to flirt. She knows how to get the girl, but she doesn't know how to keep the girl. She knows how to draw them in, flirt with them, but she doesn't know how to maintain a relationship. I mean, that's a common theme across romances, right? Molly Parker, who is our other main character, has everything in control. She has her life planned out. She knows she's in love with Cora Myers, but she hasn't talked to her yet. Alex and Molly belong on 2 completely separate planets, but when Alex is fresh off a bad breakup, but she hopes isn't permanent, she discovers Molly's hidden crush on Cora, and they decide to fake date and show the others what they're missing. They have a 5-step plan to make these girls fall for them, but do they end up falling for each other? I'm assuming they do. This sounds like a really cute, fun book, and also like I love the cover. Like, the cover is so pretty. I love the yellow. Like, I love yellow as a color, and also like the roller skates. The whole book just looks really inviting, and this story seems really interesting. I like fake dating in books. Like, I like the fake dating trope. It's not my favorite romance trope, but I'm not gonna hate on it because it's like, it's a really good trope and it works. I want to pick that up at some point, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. The next book I have on here is Speech and Debacles. Speech and Debacles, there's a little bi heart on here, so I believe our main character is bi. At least that's what I'm reading into this. This book is also about drama, like drama class, I should say, and theatre class. I was a theatre kid at school. I know. How can you tell? Like, could you tell that I was a theatre kid? Probably not. Our main character, Taryn, feels like drama class doesn't meet her expectations. She wants TV show drama class where everyone breaks out into song and everyone's dancing. So while drama class isn't what she expects, she finds out that she's actually really good at it. And when the drama teacher recruits her to join the speech and debate team, she can't believe her luck. Joining the speech and debate team, she finds it even better because the guy who she's had her eye on, Riker, is one of this team's strongest competitors. Hopefully he gets the hint that she likes boys as well as girls. I'm assuming she dated a girl in the past. But, and this is where another bit of representation comes up, but when painful amped up cramps start invading her pelvis, performing on demand and getting close to Riker become less feasible. So this book also has endometriosis representation. Hi, so I thought I'd pop in and give you the definition of endometriosis in case you're interested. So I got this definition off the National Health Service, so the NHS's website. Endometriosis is a condition where tissue similar to the lining of the uterus, so like the uterine lining that we bleed out during our period, starts to grow in other places, such as ovaries and the fallopian tubes. Know that endometriosis can affect women of any age, and it's a long-term condition. I will be linking the NHS website in case you want to look into this condition further, and feel free to have a look and see how it may affect you in your life. It is a very common condition. Lots of women have it, so just be aware of it. So this book has a relationship, yes, but also focuses on endometriosis in that aspect. As someone who has studied reproductive physiology, it's really important to discuss these sort of things and to make it clear to people that like you're not alone if you are feeling this, and also talking about the importance of seeking medical help if you can. You need to pay attention to your body and know yourself, and if stuff like this happens, I'm really glad that people have access to a book with characters who go through the same thing, because endometriosis affects quite a lot of people with uteruses. It's important that it's discussed. Anyway, this sounds like something that's right up my alley. It's like this is the sort of thing that I liked at school. I loved theatre, if you couldn't tell. I loved theatre, and I think reading a book with a bi main character as well as like endometriosis rep, it really intrigues me. I'm really intrigued and I want to pick this up. So I thought I would share this with you. I know some people might not like the theatre aspect, but I do. I'm just really intrigued. Okay, so the next book I have on this list is The Loophole by Naz Katab. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. This is about an Indian Muslim gay boy. He's put all his happiness onto his boyfriend. He's placed all his happiness onto his boyfriend, who has now left him to try and fix the world. Our main character's too scared to go and travel with his boyfriend, and he's now stuck in a dead-end coffee shop job, which he feels like is going nowhere. But all he wants is another chance, and he never expects for his wish to be granted. One day, a mysterious girl turns up at the coffee shop, and our main character helps her on her way. The girl offers him 3 wishes in return. She offers him 3 wishes and proves that she is offering him wishes by transferring $1 million in funds into his account. A whole new world of possibilities have opened up. Our main character doesn't know if she's magic, is she just rich. But when his father kicks him out of his house, our main character finds a way to get out in the world and do things. He decides to travel from LA across the Atlantic to places he's never been. I love magical realism, and I believe this is magical realism. Just looking on the cover, I believe the girl is a genie. This just sounds really cool, and this just sounds so fun. I love traveling when I could travel. Sounds like it's right up my alley. I'm so excited. I might try and find it on my Kindle, but if not, I hope I'm able to get it when I actually get to the UK. The next book I have on here was another book that was on my anticipated reading list this year, and this is Ever After. This is a queer romance. It's a parody of the Chosen One trope, and it's about what happens after the Chosen One saves the day. It's an Arthurian legend sort of thing, and I love Arthurian legend. I love there's so much stuff in fantasy and history that crosses over in it, and I love it. This is another YA fantasy. I really like the idea that this is about what happens after the battle's won. When you read the books, you just read until the battle's over, and then there is an epilogue after that. You don't really get that character development, whereas this book is focused purely on what happens after the prophecy has been fulfilled and all that sort of thing, and there's no next big fight. Arik, he's completed the prophecy where he would kill the ruler, the evil ruler, as a temporary safeguard after defeating the evil king. Arik's best friend, Matt, a mage, says to him that he should stay on the throne until the true heir turns up. Except it turns out that the true heir to the kingdom is dead. So Arik is stuck as king, a role that has a magical catch. You have to choose a spouse by your 18th birthday or wither away to nothing. As his 18th birthday is only 3 months away, Arik needs to find a partner really quick. He tries to go to his friends to try and woo them. It just sounds like something that's fun. It's like friends to lovers trope. The friends to lovers trope is my favourite. This just sounds so cute. Like, it has been out for a bit, but it's on my radar, and I think lots of people will enjoy this sort of thing. Like, if you don't like reading about battles in fantasy, it's actually like a different branch of it, and it just sounds really fun. Our main character is bi, and obviously if you look at the cover, there's going to be a male-male relationship. So the next book that's on my list is more of a adult book, and this is Chef's Kiss. Now, I have read my fair share of books that have like chefs in them, like, and bakers. A high-strung pastry chef's career goals sort of get interrupted by an unexpected career transition and the introduction of her attractive new non-binary kitchen manager. You have non-binary and female, like a non-binary and female like relationship. So this just sounds really fun. From what I've read on the description, it also talks about the non-binary character Ray coming out as non-binary, so it sounds like something that people should read. I think it's important to have these, like, this representation in romance as well as like normal, like, contemporary books, because it's so important for people who may be questioning their gender identity, who may feel like they don't belong on either end, who may feel like something else entirely. It's so important to have that and to share that with people. I really love the trope where you have like a type A person, or like someone who's really high strung on everything and needs everything to be a certain way, and then someone who can like make them relax a bit, just like calm down. Like, not everything is about like, not everything's gonna end in the end of the world, you know, just like relax. So if you like reading romance, mind you, I haven't read this yet, I think this would be a great one to pick up if you want to incorporate more queer literature into your reading. The next book I have on here is actually a graphic novel, and it's Galaxy, the Prettiest Star. So this is a graphic novel. This book has a trans main character. This book follows a alien princess who is disguised as a human boy, and it really starts to test her power. This book focuses on gender identity, romance, and talking about the importance of being true to yourself. It's about things that people who are trans go through. Taylor has the perfect life: good looks, good grades, a starting position on the basketball team, a loving family, and even an adorable corgi. Every day in Taylor's life seems perfect, but every day is torture. I'm assuming this will really focus on gender identity. First off, the art style looks beautiful, but like, the story I think is one that needs to be shared. It just seems like something is so important, and the story that this character goes on will be something younger readers, so YA readers, may help them come to terms with themselves. It's so important to see yourself. I find, for me, when I read books, books build up my empathy, because I can read from experiences that are outside my own. And I think one of the beauties of reading is to have that experience. It's great to have that representation and to have something that mirrors your life, because it can make you feel like you're not alone. God, like I have that when I see dyslexic representation in books. I'm dyslexic. When I read about characters who are dyslexic but also like reading, it makes me feel like I'm not alone. I can only speak from my own experience. I know it's silly because 1 in 5 people in the world have dyslexia. It's great when I read books and I have that representation, because it makes me feel like I'm not alone, and I know other people feel that when they read books with their representation in it, be that LGBTQIA plus representation, be that BIPOC representation. It's so important, and I think stories like this need to be shared. It seems like something I'll enjoy, and it's definitely on my TBR. If you want to read a graphic novel that follows a trans main character, definitely check out Galaxy, the Prettiest Star. So the last book that I have on my list for books that are out now that you should check out is Man O' War by Corey McCarthy. Now, this book follows River. River McIntyre has grown up down the street from Sea Planet, an infamous marine life theme park slowly going out of business in a small town. Marine park Sounds like something I'd like. When a chance encounter with a happy, healthy queer person on an annual field trip lands River literally in a shark tank. They must admit the truth. They don't know who they are, only what they've been told to be. So again, it's about gender identity and discovering who you actually are. It sets off a wrenching journey of self-discovery from internalized homophobia and gender dysmorphia through layers of coming out, affirmation surgery, and true love. Sounds like something I would like. While I have the marine element, I think it's so important that there are books like this. From what I see, this book looks like it has funny bits as well as like really true emotional bits. I think stories like this deserve to be shared, and I think if you're looking for trans representation to be put on your TBR, definitely check this out. This is on my like want to read pile. Well, I don't actually own it. I think I'm going to be picking them up hopefully when I get to the UK. So those are just some of the releases that I am interested in. It might not be a really long list, but I wanted to talk about these ones in particular. I try to find a range of different LGBTQIA plus books to share, because I think it's important to read diversely year round, not just for particular months. So these are some that are on my want to read list. Hopefully I have added some to yours that you may not have heard about, depending on the genres that you like reading. As I said at the beginning of the video, have a happy Pride Month to anyone who is in the who is a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, whether you're questioning, whether you've come out, whether you haven't. I hope you have a wonderful month and you know that you deserve love and happiness no matter who you love and no matter if you love or if you don't. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you want more bookish content. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.